Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Dale York. I am the owner and founder of Nova Vets Connect Home Care. We're a licensed home care agency, and we serve Northern Virginia.
I'm Amanda LaRose, owner of We Care Management, providing in-home care coordination and oversight for resources for elders, as well as counseling services for elders and adults, either in person or by video or phone.
Recently, Amanda and I came together and we created Care Connect. The purpose of this new platform was to bring professionals such as physicians, attorneys, counselors. We wanted to bring these individuals, have the opportunity to interview them and bring their answers directly to you, the viewer.
We will be sharing unique and informative topics that will help people navigating the aging process, know who to turn to for specialized support and when. All right. Well,
Awesome.
I'm excited for today, and we are going to speak with Dale about his company. So Dale, tell us more about how you came up with Nova Vets Connect Home Care.
So I've been in home care for years, and it was probably my favorite job that I ever had. I really enjoyed it. And ever since I started to understand it, I wanted to actually own my own agency. I was thinking of something different, something kind of unique, spent quite a long time just trying to figure out what to do. And I came up with the idea of helping veterans. I grew up with my grandparents. My grandfather was a Marine in World War II. He was stationed in Guam. And one thing led to another, and I created Nova Vets Connect last year. Initially, it was created as a companion company. So I would hire veterans to help take care of veterans from isolation, depression, loneliness, get them out, go to places, maybe it's Panera, Starbucks, movies, dinner, or just at their home. As things progressed, we went through the state licensure with Virginia and created Nova Vets Connect Home Care. So now we can actually take care of individuals similar to an assisted living, but in their home.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. I think it's so interesting to hear about how people develop their companies. And the same thing happened for me with mine, where, I started it thinking one thing, and then it just kind of over time progresses, and we're able to reach more people, which is great. So I'm happy to hear that.
Agree.
What can a new client expect from your agency?
Good question. I think a new client's going to get 200% honesty, integrity, and determination. We're not in the business of just sending any caregiver to any family. The thing that we're really looking for is a match. We want the client to be happy, and we want the caregiver to be happy. So when a client calls me, one of the first things they want to talk about is, how do things work and what's the next step and so on. I'm extremely transparent with the client. As the owner, any client has direct access to me. I will do all of the initial meetings, answer all of their questions, caregiver introductions. So right off the bat, they're dealing with an owner, and they're going to get complete transparency and honesty.
All right. And is there some sort of, kind of intake or assessment that happens after you set up the first phone call?
There is. So what happens, Amanda, is when I get a phone call and we kind of go through a Q&A on the phone, I like to meet with the family. I like to see what the home or the apartment looks like, kind of get a chance to meet the actual, the loved one that needs care. After I do my initial meet and greet with the family, we'll have our nurse come in. This is typically a different day, and the nurse will come in and do an assessment. It's something that's mandated by state and is actually completely harmless. This is it's mainly a verbal assessment, but they're going to take your blood pressure. They'll ask you a bunch of questions as far as your diagnosis. And then there's a list of what types of activities of daily living you need assistance with. So maybe your loved one needs help with bathing or dressing, or maybe they need help transferring, or it's meal preparation. So the nurse will gather all of that information, and then we give that to the caregiver when they start care, so that the caregiver knows exactly what it is that your loved one needs.
That's really helpful. I'm sure the viewers appreciate hearing that. And,
Mhm.
I hear so many people talk about how important it is to them, clients of mine, that, when individuals are coming into their home to provide care, how they really want to feel comfortable. And it
Mhm.
can feel very uncomfortable to have a stranger coming into your home. So, how does Nova Vets Connect Home Care create a sense of family for the caregivers and then the clients and make everyone feel appreciated and valued?
I think I think you have to develop trust, and whether that happens quickly or over time. I can tell you with a caregiver, I have some clients that are an hour away and they are not going to drive to my office. So I will go to them. And that creates trust with the caregiver because they know that the family that we're dealing with is important. So I will drive, maybe to a nearby Starbucks or a Panera and do an initial interview with the client or with the caregiver. The other thing that we're doing with caregivers to create a sense of family is I want them to feel just as important as the client does. So last week I was doing some client visits and I took flowers not only for the client, but also for the caregiver. They were completely taken back. And what a great feeling it is to know that you got flowers on your job, right? How many times does that happen? We have a caregiver that works a live-in case, and every now and then she takes some time off. I give her a gift card. You know what? Enjoy, particular restaurant, go out, go do something. So you need to create a sense of family. The caregivers need to know that they trust you, you trust them. They can call you if they have questions or problems. And the same thing with the family. A happy caregiver is a happy client, a happy family, and vice versa. So we do everything in our power, um, honesty, integrity, but we want to go above and beyond. And whether it's the client's first week or first month or 6 months or whatever it is, they always have to be treated like they're special. We know our clients. I could tell you all of our clients, the background of our clients. I've met caregivers, I've met their families, their children. Um, it's important that you care for people, right? This is a business where we care. So it's not just caring for the client, it's caring for the caregiver also and supporting them. And they want to be supported in the field.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Uh, I can just imagine it brings so much joy to everyone to have those experiences and comfort, really. So
Mhm.
I'm sure the viewers and everyone can agree that that is such a special thing to be able to offer everyone.
It
And
is. And you know this, Amanda, in mental health and in counseling, people reach out to us not because they want to necessarily, but because they have to. So you might have a child or a spouse or someone's reaching out to you for help, and it's the same thing with us. So whatever we can do to ease any burden and to make it as smooth as possible, right? That's what we do.
exactly. And one of the things that I like about your company and referring my clients to work with you and your caregivers is that your company is unique. And so, there are a lot of home care companies out there. So tell us a little bit more about what makes your home care company unique.
We have a big veterans presence, right? So the veterans community is what we were founded on. Some of our nurses are vets. Some of them, their spouses are active duty. We have some caregivers that are married to veterans. In fact, there's a couple that one, her husband recently passed away and he was in the Army, but she's a phenomenal caregiver. I think creating uniqueness is important. You're right. There are so many agencies in Northern Virginia, and we're here to help people. But the veterans are so important to us. I know growing up, my grandfather was in the Marines. I tried to get into the military for a while. There's a big heart in our family for the military. Now, that being said, if somebody needs help, does that mean that we don't help them? Of course not. I mean, we're going to help anyone that needs help. We want to make sure that there's that presence, that if someone is a school teacher, like I have a client over in Leesburg, or whether they're a government employee, or that we have somebody in Arlington, or everybody in between, we want to make sure that we're helping them regardless of their status. But the veterans do have a very special place in our hearts.
That's really good to know. Thank you. All right. Well, thanks so much for sharing more about your company. And I'm sure the viewers really liked hearing an inside scoop of Nova Vets Connect Home Care.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Amanda. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's been great working with you. If anybody needs any more information, you're welcome to go online, novavetsconnect.com. We're also on Facebook, Nova Vets Connect Home Care, or you can call us at 703-909-1068. And yeah, really appreciate this opportunity. This is wonderful.
Great. All right. And We Care Management, that's our website, wecaremanagement.com. And you can also follow us on Facebook, and our telephone number is 703-493-0467. And we look forward to next month's video with you all, and hope to have you enjoy that one as well.